I'm a mechanical engineer, and I did my postgraduate in international business and MBA in finance, and I worked with mostly with energy companies like Siemens, Larsen and Toubro, ABB, and Tata Group. So I've mostly worked in energy business, in generation, transmission, distribution. And in between couple of 3 or 4 years, I also was part of an NGO which was involved in sustainable development using clean technology. And that is how I got involved in clean technology, and was very passionate about clean technology. And during that time, we set up a project for sustainable development of most backward areas in North Karnataka using green technology as a means of development. And then subsequently, I was in Tata Group, where it was in advanced materials, where I tried to get the business into clean technology again using advanced materials. And then from IIM, for the last 1 year, I've been involved in mentoring startups in clean technology. The first issue is that there is not much of development going on outside the cities, and most of the economic activity happens to be around the cities, and therefore there's a migration of people into the cities, and therefore cities are going to be crowded. There'll be enormous amount of problems. Density will start getting cramped, and the infrastructure is not going to keep pace with the population increase, and that's what is happening in most of the cities in India. So the problem is that the cities are getting overcrowded, and going forward in the next few years, we will have cities with 10, 20, 15 million people in a city. There'll be at least 10, 15 cities like that in India in the next 10, 15 years. Now we have got about 2, 3 cities, but in the next 10, 15 years, we'll have 10, 15 cities like that. The infrastructure woes are getting worse and worse, and we are far behind in planning for the infrastructure improvement, and therefore we will always have a problem, whether in power generation, in transportation, so these are the problems that we are going to have, and unless we have a solution for making our cities smart, cleaner, greener, and more socially, because social tensions are going to go up as the cities don't provide enough space for socialization and also for other entertainment. So it's whole lot of things are there. The ecosystem has got to be developed around the cities, and that needs planning. So future cities which we have planned has to be done in a completely different way, not the way that we have developed. And present cities have to be, some retrofitting has to be done, as it were, to improve the life of people. I have been involved in clean technology, and I believe that technology will certainly help in a lot many ways to make the urbanization more humane and more sustainable. First thing is that bringing clean technology to urban areas, we require entrepreneurs who will come and set up solar panels in individual homes, solar water heating in individual homes, and provide operating kind of thing rather than ask them to buy something upfront. So business models are already there in India, in abroad, where we don't have entrepreneurs who are coming and saying, okay, we'll put a solar panel in your house and we will provide electricity to you. So there are certain legal and certain policy issues that have to be sorted out, but once they are sorted out, which IIHS can actually help, then if you are in a position to buy power or use power and then feed back to the grid, if you don't need it, then there will be a sustainable business model where you will be encouraged to have renewable energy in your home, and when you use it, your bill will come down, and if you already have it, and if you are having excess of it, you can always give it back to the city and then make money out of it. So this kind of sustainable business models can be adopted. This is one thing, is to bring solar technology. The other thing is to bring small wind energy turbines, say 2 kilowatts or 3 kilowatt, up to 10 kilowatt wind turbines. And wherever there is city with a lot of wind profile, we can have wind energy systems on top. And again, this can be from an association of houses or association of a building, which can then adopt a wind tunnel, wind energy business. And and they can reduce their electric power, and consequently they can reduce the carbon footprint of. See, India has got a very high percentage of power coming through grid, which comes from coal, and that is 63%. So that generates enormous of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So if you use renewable energy in urban thing, we will be actually helping the national cause of reducing our carbon footprint. So this is something which you can do. The third thing that we can do is the human waste and water wastewater can be recycled. That is something which is, the technologies are there. The incentive to use these technologies has got to be created by the government, so that individuals can actually put wastewater cycling in their houses, and they can use the same water for flushing and all that. So the water usage can be brought down, and they can generate power. In some cases you can generate power from kitchen waste or power from wastewater that is coming out. You can use power, and you can even feed it back to the grid, or you can use it yourself. So technologies are available. The thing is that how to make policy issues and policy documents, policy directives, initiatives to make people use those technologies. Today the students have, we have a large volume of percentage of students, and they're very intelligent students, and if you give them a challenge, they'll definitely work on it. Now, but they have to be guided properly, in the sense that if you give them a specific issue saying that, can you find ideas to make a house carbon neutral, water neutral? Let's say you give a challenge like that, or you ask them to design a transportation system which is environmentally friendly, or you ask them to come out with a complete plan for the city, a new city, for example. So there are many issues where students can actually work together. Mentors can give them ideas as to where they can actually work on and guide them. In case they get stuck, they can guide them and say, this is the technology wise, commercially, or even on a idea structuring, how to go about doing this. So this is one way, is the mentors can actually give them ideas. The other thing is that mentors, as they develop an idea, the mentors can actually sit with them and discuss how to make those ideas into a practical business plan, and that's what we do for clean technology. We can do it for, mentors can do it for. So different expertise of mentors are required. Somebody specialized in urbanization, somebody specialized in green technology, somebody specialized in planning for infrastructure, somebody specialized in water management. So different expertise is required. Depending on what the ideas the student wants to work on, mentors can be brought to forth, and they can be given the appropriate knowledge.